And 3, 2, 1, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my name is Amal, and joining me tonight I have Carl, the Moose, Andy, and George, and we are the Monday Blues coming to you with the Round 11 review, proudly sponsored by Globalnet Solutions Australia, Mercadante, Woodfire, Pizzeria, Elite Plastering Group, Kami Projects, YPA by Zak Nasser from YPA, RAZ Homes, The Bottle Loan, Pascoe Vale, and Damo Finance. Gentlemen, how are you feeling? Back. It's GWS, Sir Doug Nicholls round. We excited? We not excited? What's the buzz is off? It's off.
It's been a very strange week, man. I don't know. I've not looked at any footy media at all this week, and I've just felt like get us to the bye. I don't know about anyone else, but I was on the phone to Andy before, and we just had a nice depression session for half an hour, just hating on everything to do with the club.
Good reason as well. I think.
I don't know. It's been an off week, and then obviously
it's been a blur week. Like,
yeah, that's a good way to put it. It's been a bit of a blur week. And this Man United fan woke up, watched my club bottle a final against the bottlers. So shout out to Spurs.
Can't believe
big shout out to Ange.
Win a cup before Carlton won a cup.
Tottenham won a cup before GTA 6, before Carlton won a cup. Mate, it's all happening. Shout out to Ange though. Happy for him, right for him. What
a legend.
The way he shoved it up English media, that's why I'm actually happy for him, right? So the balls to say I always win things in my second season and then backing it up is just ice cold, man. Good on him. But yeah, both my teams at the moment are, I think both my teams are like 16th. Just really poor.
Solid effort.
Moose, how are you? Very quiet.
Good, man. I don't even know what day it is, bro. It's been one of those weeks where
It's Tuesday.
Just Groundhog Day over and over. Next day rolls into the next day. Bit crazy at work, but just rinse, repeat. And I feel like it's probably going to be the same this week as well with the Carlton Football Club. But we'll see what they make of it.
Carl.
Yeah, right. Yeah, well, man. Same as George. It's just been a weird off week. Looking forward to the depression on the weekend. Andy?
Just quietly, firstly, how smooth does Cal sound with his new mic? I could listen to you talk all night, bro. Can you read me a Harry Potter novel?
We don't know where to get one from.
The dulcet tones of Carl. Sorry, just shout out to your new mic, mate.
Yeah, I'm all right. Just another week, work, cold. It's cold, man. It's cold. My shop it's already like cold because it's a fridge pretty much, but it is cold in there. So I'm struggling, but that's all right. G up, boys. We've got a game this week. I can't be bothered going.
It's fair. There's nothing wrong with being flat after the Sydney game. Yeah. I don't know what to say, man. Let's just get into it.
How are we favourites? How are we favourites?
I don't understand.
We're favourites because of their outs. That's what I reckon.
Yeah, but anyway.
They got quite a few outs.
Out for Carlton, Elijah Hollands, Jack Silvani, Mark Pitnett, Francis Evans, Jordan Boyd, of which Silvani and Jordan Boyd out with injury, Pitnett and Evans omitted, and Elijah Hollands out for personal reasons. Coming in for them, Harry O'Farrell with his first game. News is his father threatened to sue if he didn't get a game this week. Surprise, surprise. Lockie Fogarty, Tom DeConning, Blake Akers, and Sam Doherty coming in. Going out for GWS, Finn Callahan, Toby McMullen. Coming in, Aaliyah, and Harry Ralston. Toby Green, 250th. And that's the tail of the tape.
Well, we all knew Jesse was going to get a game this week. So I don't think there's any reason why we should even talk about it. It's not a surprise.
I disagree. I think it's Elijah Holland's personal reasons out, and that's the reason why Motlop has been gifted another game.
No,
I think Elijah has taken the personal reasons because Motlop keeps getting a game.
Yeah, I think I'm with Wilson on that one. I can't see him
Nah,
getting
but-
dropped for any reason.
The club put up it was the post. There was the Carlton GWS promo post. He was on the cover. Like you're not gonna drop him after you
can't drop
post
the
that on
face.
Tuesday. You
Yeah, you
post
can.
that on Tuesday, right? Big shout out, Naz. Love the positivity. We are favourite because we're going to win. Come on, boys! Shout out to Naz, Globalnet Solutions Australia. Always
Naz,
positive, man.
Naz has called me every day this week, and as usual, as the week progresses, he gets more and more positive. Straight after the Sydney game, he's like, "We're done. We're shit. It's over." And today he's telling me, "Yeah, we're gonna win. Easy. We match up well." I don't know, man. I actually feel sorry for Francis Evans. Like, I'm probably in the minority. He had a good game for 3 quarters. Blakey was on 13 touches. He had a defensive role on Nick Blakey, and Blakey was on 13 touches at 3/4 time. Blakey got off the leash in the 4th quarter, but that's what good players do. Yeah, unlike our $1 million players that get tagged and don't get a touch. So I thought Francis Evans is actually pretty stiff to get dropped, but expected because they got to play Jesse. So I don't know.
But who's taken so where were put the list back up, Amar, if you can.
I'll bring it up. Give me 1 sec.
So obviously you got Fogarty coming in for Evans.
Yeah, there's a lot of straight swaps. So TDK for Pitto, Fog for Evans, Harry for Jack. You'd say Elijah for Blake Acres, and then Boyd for Doc. If you're talking about mostly like for like.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Pitto rounds out the emergency with Francis Evans and Campo. But
So if Bubba wasn't, probably shouldn't call him Bubba anymore. If Elijah Hollands didn't have his personal leave, do you think Doherty gets a game, or is it like who doesn't come in?
Yeah, I think Doc.
it's probably Doc, because Acres will come in. The rest are like for like. I'll probably say Doc is the one that can flex as well, like halfback flank. He's probably the one that's come in. So
To be fair, I reckon Hollands was on the chopping block after his performance last week. Anyway, he was rubbish. I mean, in the second half, George, I don't know if you remember when we moved down a little lower on level 2. In front of us, I think he missed like 3 short kicks. Like he absolutely butchered
You
them.
could probably say
Lots
that
of
for
lazy
10 of the
kicks.
players.
Yeah.
McGovern was probably the same though.
Butchered
I
them.
agree, Carl.
So in terms of Elijah Holland, we don't know what he's going through, and hopefully he's got the right people around him supporting him. But do you think the club should probably step in and say, look, take off the rest of the year, or what's everyone's thoughts on that? Because he can't. He come in, played a few games, and he's back out. So he's obviously dealing some serious stuff. We don't know what it is. Do you reckon it's step aside for the rest of the season, or?
It's a tough one. Just depends
Really
on where
hard to
he's at,
say.
Carl. Yeah. Depends on how the severity of it and what it actually is, right? Personal reasons could be anything.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'll say he comes back in, say, 3 or 4 weeks, and then he's out again.
you mean a second time? If you come,
I'm saying
this
if he
is
comes
the
back
first time.
again.
Yeah. Well, this is this is what's like you said. Hopefully, like we don't know what's going on with him, right? But I start to question. Some things at the club where, again, don't know what the circumstances are. We've already talked about we don't have a winning culture. Do we have a safe culture? Some might say, speaking up implies that is a safe culture. Is it a byproduct of the culture? We obviously recruited him after the first indiscretion off field. He had a really good first year. There's the second rumored indiscretion. Obviously, he took some time off, and they supported him through that. It was a pretty quick turnaround, right? It was a pretty swift turnaround didn't really even give him a block of games to the VFL to get fit. We thought, he can make an impact at AFL, which he did for a couple of games. But with whatever he's going through now, like you said, Carl, I think now the club has to do its proper due diligence and understand not only is he physically and mentally ready, is it safe, and the impact on the rest of the squad, right? So we don't know how they'll be feeling. Will they be feeling sorry for him, let down? Will they be feeling like they want to? Of course, they want to support him and get through it. But I guess now, questions will start to be asked from the club, of the club. And we've, like I said, we've always talked about the club doesn't really have a tough and a winning culture. Is it a safe culture now? And I mean that for a variety of different things. It's not just about Elijah.
Yeah,
It's a good. That's a very good point you bring up, Georgie. The safe culture thing. Is the environment safe for young men? Is it the question needs to be asked. You've had 2 or 3 players now this year. It's been, wasn't there someone else as well this year that took personal leave, or am I tripping out?
Okay.
Harry.
Yeah, but wasn't there a third?
There's a couple of rumours. There's some rumours of Boyd, and okay. I don't think there was another one. But I'll put it to you this way: if you're Andrew Walker, right? Cody Walker's coming through. He's flying. He's doing really well. You look at your old club. TDK doesn't know whether to stay or go. Harry's taking some leave.
Mm-hmm.
Harry's taking some leave. Elijah's taking a couple of blocks of personal leave. You got minimal selection integrity. You've got questions on and off the field. Are you going to be fully comfortable with your son entering that environment and thinking, there's my club. I stayed there my whole career and I had a great career there, and I fully back him there. Versus a Richmond, and I'm not going to get into the differences between our club, but up and coming, really, really great nucleus of a youth list. This is like a serious thought we need to start considering now. Is that there's been a lot of speculation about where he could land, and if the AFL changed the rules and whatnot. It's an interesting one now. I think there's going to be more of a spotlight coming up now after recent events.
Yeah, but surely the Carlton Football Club isn't to blame for certain players that potentially haven't sought the support they needed, whether it's within the club or outside the club, right? Because these players have a life outside football as well. Even while they play football, I understand they have medical doctors at the club, but they will have their own GP and they will have their own clinicians and doctors and things around that as well. So I don't think this lies just with the Carlton Football Club and an internal thing. I know we've got a culture of issues within game day and, around, on field, but it's not to say we can't really speculate and say, it's an internal issue with the Carlton Football Club, not managing players' health.
No, I think you can speculate that. I think you
maybe
absolutely
injury
can,
wise, but not mental health wise, because they all run off the same. They all run off the same EAPs and mental health, and it's driven by the AFL. It's not an individualized club.
But is Carlton? Do you trust Carlton's management in anything?
No comment.
The reason why I agree.
I know where you're going with that.
For me, it's just the question needs to be asked: Is the club putting the players' welfare first? Genuinely? Because we don't put the players' welfare first with injuries. We tend to rush players back, and we tend to play players injured, and I'm not suggesting they're doing anything wrong in regards to Elijah or Harry or anyone, but I think George is probably right to question: is the club a safe place for young men to be kind of grow up in? Because they're coming in, they're boys. So is it a good environment? And right now, if I had a son and he's next year he's going to a football team, he's going to get recruited. Well, the question needs to be asked: all right, which club is going to be good for him in every facet? And does Carlton qualify in many of those? On field, probably not. Off field, I don't think we know.
Mm.
You know what? Actually, Rob's on the money here. This is coming after the bye. Release the bubbleheads. You know what cooks me? Honestly, it fucks me a bit. We all talk about it. A lot of people talk about it. You're not allowed to talk about it. AFL clubs, players, media, all hide and sweep under the carpet gambling, drug abuse, illicit substances, whatever, any off-field indiscretions. It's rife, right? We all know it. Can't talk about it, and a lot of it is swept up under the banner of what buzzword, right? Mental health, right? So, and I'm not discrediting that. That is a real issue. It's a real issue amongst Australians, a real issue worldwide. But a lot of that stuff gets swept under the same banner. So now it starts to become hard to decipher
what's
and
real,
understand
what's
what's real. Yeah, it cooks me. Like I don't. You see that, right? You see personal reasons, mental health, and instantly, what happens to your mind? Like, where do you go? You don't go, oh man, he must be doing it hard. He must, have family issues at home and or financial. You don't, right? You go to the same sort of one or two things, right? So because a lot of that has been swept up, and the AFL clubs and the AFL are implicit in sweeping that stuff under the carpet, it's fucking rife. Everyone knows it, and they put it under that banner. So I don't know what's real anymore. So all you can hope is that
it's true.
So all you can hope is that he's okay, right? Because we've had players with serious injuries and illnesses, and they might come out and say, "Oh, I don't feel fine." Doherty could have come back and said, "I'm not responding well to ACL and cancer treatment, and I'm suffering," right? And he could have, he's a battler, he's an absolute tough son of a bitch, right? But he could have come out and said, "I'm not okay. I need to take a month off," right? And we'd all be forgiven for thinking, potential other reasons, but really, he's, is it then at the same time, is it right and the good thing that he stepped up and said this? Because the club could have hit it under omitted. So, sorry, there's a crying baby in the back. He's not happy about Elijah being dropped.
See, the thing with that, George, is a catch-22, right? Because let's use Doc as an example, and let's step back from the Carlton Football Club and treat it like a workplace, because at the end of the day, this is a job for these guys. So, on one hand, it could be that it's enabled Doc to be in that environment, right? In an elite level, footballers, healthy, getting together, good environment, sportsmanship. It's a club, it's a brotherhood. So it's enabled him to actually want to get back on a track and get right. Whereas if it's a standard workplace, do you really want to get back to work? It's a little bit different. Do you know what I mean? So it can be used in a positive way as well. So I think sometimes, like, as you said, they take advantage of that in a sense that if it was any other workplace, I don't think it would be swept under the carpet. I think they would detach themselves from any sort of these allegations and, call it out for what it is and move on as a business. And I think this is where they're sort of stuck in the middle, and they're fed information from the AFL on things that they can and can't do as well, right? So this is not a Carlton Football Club issue. It's an issue internally within the AFL itself of how to deal and how to manage with certain things. They'll have a code. There's a code of conduct on how to deal with these things, right? So, yeah, it is a tough one.
And we got to remember as well, none of us had this privilege. I know I didn't, but I'm sure none of us had the privilege of, you're 20, you're on almost $500,000, 300-400K. I think we've done a lot more. We've done a lot more with a lot less, right? Like we, So I think if you're that
not me,
age,
Georgie,
and you
speak for yourself, mate. I was in church. I was at church on Saturday night.
I was a choir boy. No, but in general, what I'm saying is, we were, you're kids. You go out, you have a laugh, you have fun, whatever. And imagine you got that feeling of like a racehorse breaking free, and I've got a couple $100,000 here. So it's dangerous, right? And you see it in international sports as well, where getting a significant support system around young stars and young players because of potential decisions that they make that could be life changing, right? So when you get that kind of money and that freedom and that fame, you like in a sense you have to feel for them, especially here in Victoria, right? Well, let's be real. We saw it in New South Wales and Sydney last week. Players can probably go out and walk the street. No one gives a shit. It's not NRL. They don't care, right? In Victoria, you're as an AFL player, especially if you're at the Carlton Football Club, there's a bit more of the public eye on you and scrutiny and pressure and media. A lot of that will come into play. So yeah, I don't know. It just cooks me. I start thinking of
probably something we'd never know though. Yeah, he could be probably getting the correct support. He's probably just being stubborn about it as well. So
well I mean, might come out one day and talk about it, but in spite of a lot of stuff that's happening and not just around the AFL, like just around the community, it's you hope he's all right, but the club now, like you said, Carl, you got to start making a decision now. Like you almost take the decision away from the player. If he says in 2 weeks, I'm sweet, I'm ready to go, I'm fine. Nah, bro, have a few weeks off.
Yeah.
Sort yourself, because don't come back in a few weeks and say, I need another week off. Like
exactly,
the club needs to do its due diligence now.
I think it's also a national problem as well. Like that's something we've got to think about too, like mental health and personal leave, and everything we're not supposed to talk about. It's a national problem. So like gambling, I think we're the biggest gamblers in the world. We're some of the biggest drug users in the world.
Speak for yourself, bro.
Someone was about to clip that. Someone was going to clip that, and we were done.
Far out. But like, it's a national problem. There are problems at every level. Mental health is like really, really bad. We've lost another Selwood just last week to mental health, and so I think there's a blurred line now, because people are taking advantage of the personal leave mental health route, but it's also a very, very serious thing. So you can't just kind of dismiss it, and you can't just say, he's back on this or he's doing that. You almost have a due diligence to just take it for what it is and take it as at face value, just in case.
Interesting topic, that one.
Good preview.
Good conversation. Oh, well, it's important conversation to have, right? Like let's be real. Like, a lot of people skirt around the topic. A lot of people get shut down for talking about the topic, and you can't say this, you can't say that. Why can't you? Why can't you talk about it? We're having a conversation about it, right? So you see some supporter groups and some people like, no, don't comment on it, leave him alone. This, that, whatever. I'm not having a go at the bloke. We're just asking questions, because by asking questions, you start to uncover answers and potential solutions, right? And you hope that he's got the right people around him asking the right questions, right? And now it's on the club. Internally, hopefully, they're having the right conversations with him, and they say we'll support him, but take some of the decisions away from his hands about playing. Now you make the right calls, right? What am I saying? Selection integrity is fucked.
I was gonna say
he'll be back next week.
Yeah.
Who's a big out for them and who I love. So GWS, going back to the game, Finn Callahan, man. I love watching him play. I know you boys.
He's good.
He's been their best this year.
A star. Yeah.
He is a star.
His evasiveness, how he does the arms up with the footy, getting away from the tackle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really effective. Yeah. Great footballer. He's going to be an absolute star. So big out for them.
What is it that we want to see? I mean,
don't kick it to Aaliyah.
Kicking efficiency. I think during the week, one bit of media that came out was that we are the lowest ranked kicking efficiency side in the competition, or there or thereabouts at least anyway. What do we want to see as a supporter base from Carlton this week? Kicking efficiency was out the door last week. We reverted back to long bombs into the forward 50 again last week. How are we going to beat GWS at Marvel at 12:35 on Saturday?
I don't know what to tell you, to be honest. After what I seen last week,
Yeah.
What I want to see and what they're going to show me,
What do you want to see, Carl? What is it?
I want to see 4 points. Don't give
Just
a shit
4
how
points?
you get it. Just fucking do it. Just get it done. Because GWS is a great side. Still got some great talent in there. So it's obviously going to be an arm wrestle. Just get it done.
Toby Green's 250th as well.
Yeah. Do you think they're really going to lose? Toby Green's 250th? Or let's be realistic right now.
We're not the greatest at spoiling parties.
No, we're not.
Who fucking joined the party?
We're going to cheer him off at the end.
I'm going to hold it.
The way we win this, right, is by not bombing long. We need to use our mids and actually run and carry and run in numbers, but at the same point in time, don't overuse the ball as well with that extra 16 handballs. Definitely need to run and carry, but don't overuse the ball as well. That's how we beat them.
Well, Tom de Koning back in is a big plus.
We need to play 4 quarters. I think for me, that's the most important thing because we do good for 2-3 quarters. We're in the game, we're up, but we fade, and that it's just not good. We have to play 4 quarters. Simple. We don't play 4 quarters.
Shit
Yeah.
quarter in the first, and then maybe.
But we can't. That's the thing. Like when we're bad, we're so bad that for me, we just have to play 4 quarters. If we play 4 quarters, we'll win. We should win. And if it's an arm wrestle for 4 quarters and we lose, you know what? You take that. Like you just cop it. But I don't want to be up by 3-4 goals in the second quarter and then, you know, they edge it back in the third and then they win by 3 goals or 2 goals. Like I'm sick of losing that way.
The biggest thing for me
players,
is
though. They're missing a lot of players, so there's no excuse for us to lose this game.
They're a bit decimated. They are. Mus is smiling. He's thinking of something. But before I go to Mus, the biggest thing I want to see, and I think, Carl, you always call it out at the games as well, red time, the red time goals, right? So for me is how we respond in red time and how we respond when they come with the pressure, right? Because as soon as it's red time or other teams apply a little bit of heat, we just fold. All right, so how we respond, and you know, we've done it well against Sydney for 3 quarters. We've done it well against Geelong. We always sort of kept them at bay. But when teams turn up the heat and those fucking junk time, red time goals, that's all I want to see. Fix that up, and 4 quarters, because it's no good playing a first half and then kicking back on your hammock or your deck chair for the second half.
It always happens when we bring out the blue on-off sign. I don't know if you've realised, every time we bring that out, teams run over the top of us. Because our shut down the game strategy is shithouse.
I just pulled up GWS's injury list. They've probably got 6 out from their best 22. So if we don't make the most of this game.
Well, if we don't win, it's done. Season's done.
You'd think so.
Like, I actually think the season's done already. But look, I don't think we can win the flag now. But if we lose this, then pack it in. Just pack it in.
You probably have to win every single game to make finals.
Well, we pretty much have to win 9 out of the next 13 now to match our 13 wins.
Jeez, it sounds like a repeat of 2013, except this time we're not going to do. Sorry, not 2013, 2023.
And so you lose this one, you go into the bye. You start. You got to win 10. You can only drop another realistically 2, max 3 games, and hope things go your way. That's the reality of it.
Rocco's on the ball here, mate.
You're not wrong, Rocco.
This season just it has been atrocious. It's been so bad. I can't G up for it. I'm trying to.
Yeah, it's hard. It's really hard.
Look, I don't even know if I want to go to the game. Like I'm genuinely just. I've got the day off. It's my only day off this week. And I'm just like, do I really want to spend it going to the footy, sitting there? Like, even if we win, are we like,
Probably
are we going to be like wrapped? Are we going to be over the moon? Like, yeah, you'd be happy you win. Yeah.
You'd have to pump them to be happy about it.
Yeah, man.
See, I
Leads
wouldn't
off,
be.
all the rest of it,
Yeah.
flaggers, everything, man. We're
And don't
back.
hold Green off.
I just, yeah.
To be honest, this whole season, considering how we started, ever since then, the 4 or 5 wins that we've had since then, a loss and a win has emotionally done absolutely nothing for me. Like, you look back to some of the wins we had last year and 2023, wins were here and losses were right down here. But at this year, 2025, it's not invoking any sort of emotional response from me at all.
I think it's because how we started. It's how we started. That's what's
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. It's
Good question, Joe Taylor.
It is a good question. It's not. Woody should be able to invoke emotion, and Carlton as a football club is just not doing that for me. And I'd be interested to hear how everyone else is thinking. Jay Taylor, boy, serious question. What is it going to take for you to replace your coach? In your view, what would this season have to look like for him to lose his gig? Jeez, if he misses finals, I think if it was my call to make, you'd be looking around.
If it was my call, he would have been sacked at quarter time of the final last year. If it was my call, I learned everything I needed to know. I learned everything I needed to know. No, because for me, before that, I gave him the benefit of the doubt with the injuries. We had a really bad injury list. But for me, the final, he was just lost. And that's enough for me. Quarter time, on your bike. You're in Brisbane anyway. Go home. Fucking whoever. Step up. Moose, come coach.
In. One thing's for sure. Yeah, go.
No, I was just going to say, I don't think we're going to sack him. I think they'll sack everyone around him before they sack him.
Yeah. One thing that's evident to me is that I was probably saying from the start, fucking sack him when people were saying Voss is boss, but he's definitely not a good game day coach. That goes without saying. I mean, we've been out-coached every single game. Even in the wins, it's like, well, yeah, we got the 4 points, but this move should have been made at this point, or this could have happened here, or this should have happened here, or things like that, right? So he gets out-coached every game. But for me, it's above Voss. It's not just let's sack the coach, bring in a guy to change the team around, because it's not going to work. Sacking the coach is not going to fix the problem.
Got to sack the board, sack the football department. If Voss goes, well, I think they have to go anyway. But if Voss goes, they definitely have to go.
Mm.
Well, this is the interesting thing with Graham Wright coming in, right? So now let's look at what changes are going to be made, right? Apparently, he's starting to get a little bit of responsibility and power soon before he starts formally. This is a man who brought success to Hawthorn, brought success to Collingwood in the face of all the shit that they were copying. And from memory, when he was hiring McRae, Voss was like his 5th or 6th option.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know they were reporting at the time, from memory, they had Sam Mitchell, McRae, McWalter, Kingsley, that were all ahead of Voss. That's Graham Wright at Collingwood. So if changes will be made, like no doubt, right? He's coming in. He's going to make some changes. So whether is Voss, or whether that's a football department, we've had more internal club reviews than we've had finals appearances in the last few years. Seriously.
Yeah.
Do you think the CEO actually gets involved at that level? For me, the CEO doesn't. The CEO just runs the business, financials, and oversees bits and pieces around that. For me, day-to-day stuff, no involvement whatsoever.
The last couple of CEOs that
some
we've had
on field.
Yeah, the last couple of CEOs, look at how involved Kane Little was. And then who was it after Kane?
Says
the other guy. Yeah,
Now,
the
wasn't
internet
Says
guy.
the president?
picture guy.
right.
Says was the president.
He was,
Kane
it was-
Little wasn't
Yes,
the president. Lagudiche was the president.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's right, you're right.
Little was the
Um,
president or the thing? CEO.
CEO, I think. Yeah.
They're all flops anyway.
It's just a boys' club, right? These guys, they just come out, they replace each other, they pass over the portfolio, and they keep moving.
Mm.
Do you know what's cooking my brain? Every team's looking at players from other clubs, this, that. And we're looking at another Port guy, Bergman. Bloke's average. He's just average. Like,
Fit right in.
yeah, he would actually. You're right. You're
I
right.
know what we're looking for.
This has been a flat episode, boys. This is like
Hit the
this
like
has made
button.
me regress.
Hit the like button. Yeah,
Hit the like button.
It's been a tough week, man. It's been a hard one to get slacked up for. I don't know. Sorry, Mel.
No, you're right. It has been. It's been really hard. Sydney was shit. We're back, and it's hard to G up. Carlton doesn't seem to be changing. Almost feels like it's going to be a wasted year. And we'll find out. We'll find out on Saturday. With that being said, let's get on to predictions. Winning margin. Who's going to win? Is it going to be Carlton or GWS? Who's going to lead the goal kicking for Carlton? Who's going to be best on ground for Carlton?
Don't forget our giveaway tomorrow around
Yes.
midday. Probably just before, actually. Hit up our Instagram. Thanks to Mercadante, Woodfire, Pizzeria. You can win a $100 gift voucher. Just drop your prediction and winner gets the $100. That's it.
Very good. Mus.
Mm.
Mm.
I'd love to say Carlton, bro, but fuck, after last week, I was up and about and Carlton by 47 and Motlop was kicking a bag and that was a bad one, man. That was a bad one. I can't. I actually can't. I can't tip Carlton. And if GWS rock up and they rock up proper, people might be lining up outside Icon Park, mate.
For what?
Handing in their plastic cards. Lining up for bobbleheads that they'll
You
give
just
to the
reminded me. I
GWS
don't know where
guys.
my card is.
Burn it. I can't. I'm going GWS by 35, Bren.
Oh.
Wow, they broke. That's
Who's
it.
best on?
Mus, you sound like a
Yeah.
broken man.
No, I can't, man. I've been down probably the whole year actually, and I thought, you know what, maybe we're a chance. G'd up for Sydney and that, but it's one disappointing thing after another. And yeah, we'll be up and about with TDK, but Andy hitting that on the head with 4 quarters. Can't play 4 quarters. Can't win a game of footy by playing 2 quarters. How are we going to win? We're 2-3.
665.
Yeah, I'm with Muslim. I don't see us getting the chockies in this one. I reckon we're losing by 27. Yeah. But I think it's going to be a lot worse, and then we'll bring that back a few goals. I don't even know who to say, man. You know what? That's all I got for you, man. They don't deserve my vote, or they don't deserve my who's going to get best on ground or who's going to kick the most. Just giving you GWS by 27. Georgie.
The Broken
Fair.
Blues. We are the
Yeah.
Broken Blues.
I can G up. We're winning by 13 points, boys. We're winning by 13. I'm calling it early. Am I going to be happy about it? It's got basically. Back in the day, we'd dream about getting a win over GWS. That was like a pipe dream.
He's back.
But
He's
I'll
back.
tell you what, we're getting it by 13. Good luck to Harry O'Farrell on his debut. Excited to see him in defence. It's probably going to be a win that just again papers over the cracks as most of our wins have done this year. Let's go, Mr. I love Marvel Stadium because it's easy to play there, and I like everything easy. Harry Mackay, even though he's a star, we love him. But he did said that, didn't he say that?
He did.
Along those
Big
lines,
fierce
yeah.
Yeah, he did.
He's gonna get 3. Musa's favourite. He'll get 3. And yeah, Cripper's had a few down weeks. He's going to come out and get the 3 votes. He's just going to be a clearance king. So that's me.
I'm on the Mus and the Carl train. The exact opposite of your prediction, George. I'm going GWS by 13. I don't see it happening. Even if they've got outs. Sydney had outs. And we didn't get it done. Toby's 250th. Usually other teams get up for their players' milestone games. This one in particular just happens to be the club's captain. They'll get up for it, regardless of how many people they have out.
Or is he going to turn up?
Oh, he'll turn up. He'll turn up, and the rest of the playing list will turn up for him. So yeah, it's GWS by 13, and then I think that season's done. Start getting the Camporelli brothers. Start getting some games into them. We're not getting Cripps a premiership, I don't think. Not with this list. Not with this game style. Not with his management.
Keep going.
Not with this club.
Andy, give us what you got.
I'm so conflicted, man. Because this team has let me down, let us down so much. And like,
it's coming.
It's not. I don't know. I genuinely, like, I'm actually losing care factor.
Yep.
You know, like I'm starting to not even care. It still hurts when we lose. Like I still yuck when we lose, but it doesn't feel as good when we win anymore. You know, like I miss the days, and this is shocking, but I miss those dark days. You know, when we'd win one game a year or whatever. And like, we knew we were shit, man. But you know what I mean? We knew we were shit. We rock up. The club wasn't even trying to hide that we weren't shit. We were shit. And now it's like, yeah, we're a good team. We're aiming for top 4. Brian Cook's words. Shit. But then, you know, the next day, Cripper's telling you we're going to lose games. Harry Mackay saying we're not in a rush. Chera's saying we're going to lose games. I'm gonna back us. I'm gonna say we win by 16 points. I'm just sick in the head, bro. I'm so fucking dumb. Like I deserve it. I deserve everything that comes my way in the disappointment aspect because every week I'll do this. I'll go through that cycle, and it's again like I deserve it. I deserve the shit feeling I get after a loss. So Carlton by 16 points. You know what? Nah, we're gonna fucking smash them. No, I can't. We can't. We actually can't. We're so shit. We can't. I'm gonna say Carlton by 16. I'll stick to 16. Jesse Motlop is gonna kick a goal.
Oh,
I'm fucking putting everything on it. I'm
Hey,
putting it down for one.
How about the cheers? It's gonna go off. It's gonna be the loudest cheer all year.
Oh, bro, when he kicks a goal.
He'll get
you know what's going to burn me? You know what's going to kill me? Watching the players get around him. Like, no, don't fucking get around him. Leave him alone. Let him celebrate on his own. Fuck him.
Carl, what's he going to do?
Fly kick him, man.
Carl.
Look for change.
This one, yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. I'm putting Jesse's I'm not going to put most goals. Jesse's kicking a goal. Take that to the bank, whoever's watching. Jesse Motlop will kick a goal. I'm not going to put Jesse Motlop for 4+ goals again. That was very dumb. Best on ground, I'll go Jesse Motlop. No. I'll go. You know what? Jesse's going to get more than 10 possessions. Jesse's my player of the week. He's going to get more than 10. He's going to go at better than 50%.
Lost your marbles.
And he's going to kick a goal. That's it. I'm
The
backing
bar-
the kid. It's
our bar
Indigenous
has
round,
been-
bro. But if you can't get up for this is your round, bro. They did it for you, cuz. Oh, come on,
Literally.
bro. Come on, man. Dance with your mates before the game. Get G up a bit and fucking play well, bro.
Just to add a bit of mayonnaise, we have only beaten North at Marvel, right?
Yep.
In the last, I don't know how many games.
Yeah, because West Coast and Adelaide, Geelong, and
Geelong was a G.
yeah,
West Coast was, yeah.
in Adelaide.
We've only been, I think even last year, I think I only win. We didn't win many at Marvel. We don't win at Marvel.
Saints at the G. Oh no, our record is crap.
No, Oz, I'm absolutely not trolling you, lad.
Um,
I can't find a win at Marvel. Anyone?
No, I don't think we have. I think the last one was
We
North
haven't,
last year.
But it doesn't
and
matter
this year.
because but it doesn't matter because Harry loves playing Marvel.
Hmm.
GWS was the one before that when
Yeah.
Cripps ran riot when he ran riot in the third quarter. Remember? Was that would have been the last one?
Last
I
year.
reckon.
Other
I'm
than
trying
North.
to find it.
Yeah.
Other
I'm
than
trying
North.
to find it. I don't know what round it was.
It would have been early, like 7 or 8 or something like that.
2007.
Yeah, tell you what. Now look, hopefully for
That's
Jesse,
scary.
hopefully, you know what kills me about Jesse is he kicked like 22, 23 goals in his first season. So we're not talking about a footballer who doesn't have it. That's what kills me. Like when I really gave it thought, everyone's like he's crap. He can play. He can play.
course
But
he
Here it is.
the
Round
regression-
6. Round 6 last year. Marvel Stadium, Carlton 117 defeated GWS 98 by 19 points.
Was that our last one before North?
North at Marvel.
Jeez.
There you go. Marvel's been full of some pretty bang average memories. Well, because you know how I know that actually, Mus, now that you say that, because where we sit, and usually the people around us where we sit, it's always just full of like just usually fuzz or like just bad memories or just like
That woofing guy.
Wow.
Wolf
Yeah,
guy
yeah.
last game.
It's just been miserable. On your Oz. Hey, George, and I have 36 Footy Stars cards in my album, mate. You're an absolute champion, Oz.
I miss Bam
Mate,
Bam.
I've got a ton for you. So next time I see you, I'll message you. Maybe I'll meet you outside the gate one of the games one day. I've got you covered.
You're a good man, Georgie.
Bring a bag with you.
Bag of cards.
Yes. Oz. Actually, hold on, Oz. I'll tell you what I've got for you, Oz.
This could be anything.
Bring the backpack.
This could be anything.
Bring the backpack. You have the whole 2024 box. Where is the camera? Have the whole thing.
Bring a bag with
Look
you.
Nothing's
at
coming
that.
up, Georgie.
Doing
George,
giveaways.
nothing came up.
Go what?
I don't think anything came up, or did it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it's just me. Never mind.
Oz.
Fuck.
It's got your name. It's got your name on it, sir.
Look
All
at that.
yours.
I don't know what my missus is doing in my house, but it sounds like explosions. Jeez.
Very good. All right. Well, let's find out. Let's find out what happens on Saturday. Mixed predictions from the group. George and Andy going with the win. The Mus, myself, and Carl going with the loss and a season-ending one at that. We'll find out Saturday at 12:35. What was that? Does Jesse Motlop play a good game before GTA 6? When does it come out? 26th of May next year? Probably not. Probably not. Probably not. Gents, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure. For all those watching along, thank you for joining. Until Saturday, Arvo, and then the review to follow that on Monday night. It is Sayonara from the Monday Blues. Thanks, gents.
Sicky, no.